Yo yo, Big Dog here, back again with another video on the builder's base. Just an update since the last time I made a video in terms of where I'm at, and the strategy has paid off. The strategy of rushing to BH5 was definitely the right one. If you look at my friends list, these are my 3 accounts, so all in and around the 3,000 to 3,150 cup range. All 3 are BH5s, and I took a slightly different approach on each account. So this is my main account. I've got max baby drags, level 3 hero, and on my second mini I was way behind on baby drags. They're level 0 and minions were at 5, so I just decided to max my minions. And to be honest, you have to attack slightly differently. You have to watch out for Teslas and the air bombs, but they can just wreck bases, level 10 minions. So if the baby dragon grind is too much, I would recommend maxing minions, and my hero is going to 3 on this account. And on this one, which is actually my most advanced account, again max baby drags, and the hero is level 3. So I think that's the right strategy in terms of what to do with the base. So rush to, just to kind of cover off what I said last time, rush to BH5, get the hero, obviously max your collectors. Kind of went through the economics of that last time, and then just kind of do defenses as you go. And I'll talk a bit about kind of the order in which I did defenses, and which I think is the best way to do defenses to prepare yourself for kind of this cup range, because obviously up here I'm getting attacked by fairly max BH5, sometimes with the max hero as well. I mean, if they've got the max hero, it's game over. You get a lot of draws, 100%. But yeah, I'm going to talk, because my strategy has changed a bit because they've announced Builders Hut 6. I'm going to talk a little bit about that and how that's kind of changed what I'm doing. So first of all as well, a few people have kind of asked, everyone kind of knows about this now. This is the giving tree. This is much better than your gem mine, wherever my gem mine is here. Mine's still level 1. I haven't even unlocked it on one base. It's a complete waste of time. Gives me what, 2 gems a day. This can give me 12 to 18 gems a day. If you remove this tree, it gives you 6 gems, and it respawns about every 4 to 6 hours. So depending when your builders are free. When you log on, first thing you should do is, if you've got a builder free, remove this tree, get you 6 gems. So 12 to 18 gems a day, 2 gems a day, cost elixir. This is your gem mine right here. What else I want to talk about? So I'm going to show some attacks. I'm going to show how to beat some of the common bases that are out there, and some of the kind of bases that you'll face time and time again in this cup range. My strategy and what I'm doing, let's sort of start there. So at the minute, what I was doing is, obviously I was going to max 1 troop, so baby drag or minions on whichever account. So I'd recommend maxing 1 troop. Don't worry so much about ground troops. I would say you're not going to use them in the higher cup range as much, and obviously it takes longer, I think, to max those. So at the minute my lab's empty. I'm using all my elixir on maxing the battle machine, because there's no point me spending money on other troops. I'm just going to use all drags and get to the max battle machine. Now my strategy has changed because they've introduced Builders Hut 6. I assume that's going to drop next week. I'm assuming I don't know if they'll drop at the same time as the main village update. That'll be a pretty big update to drop, but I think the main village update, given they've had the streams this weekend, it's probably going to be Monday, Tuesday. So maybe they'll drop Builders Hut 6 at the same time. I kind of hope not, because I'm not quite ready yet. So why it's changed my strategy is now I'm not going to max the battle machine. All of my remaining elixir, when my builder becomes free, is going to go into maxing my gold storages. That is so that as soon as Builder's Hut 6 comes out, I can afford to upgrade my Builder's Hall. I imagine it's going to cost, these are max, so what, 1500? I imagine it's probably going to cost about 1500 gold to upgrade to Builder's Hut 6. I think it's about a 2-day upgrade. So the reason why I'm doing that, and I want to do that straight away, and I did kind of think about this because again, rushing kind of goes against everything you've been taught in Clash 1. There is no loot penalty here, and unless they kind of fundamentally change anything, which I don't think they're going to, the advantage of going to Builder 6 is going to be massive. You get another army camp. That in itself is reason enough to go up. With another army camp, you're just going to walk over any BH5 in the game, whether it's completely maxed or not. I can't see how you're not going to be able to 100% any BH5 with 3 army camps and max drags. I think also drags may go to level 12. You'll be able to do another lab upgrade. So again, drags are going to get even stronger. You're going to have 3 more of them. The hero will go to 10. And I forget all of the other changes, but obviously there's new defenses, there's another crusher, there's another archer tower, more walls. So again, even max BH5s will struggle against a rushed BH6, I believe. The one thing I really don't like is they're nerfing the clock tower, so 50% reduction in time. That's a huge nerf. They have reduced its regen time from 8 to 7 hours, and saying that means you can boost 3 times a day. I think that's kind of small compensation really, and it's a shame. So make the most of the clock tower. I'm sure you've all maxed yours for BH5. So anyway, that's how I'm going to change my strategy. So the strategy currently has been to rush to BH5, max 1 troop, either baby drags or minions, and then concentrate on the hero upgrade. Now I'm going to put my elixir into gold storages in preparation to go to BH6. Also, you get night witches at BH6, which, I mean, at the minute they look ridiculous. If you saw Galadon's video, he just literally dropped, I don't know what, 10 of them in the top left hand corner, and they just wiped out a max BH6. So they're going to need to adjust the damage they do, but they look really cool, so keen to get those. Other things to do before I get on to kind of replays. One of the reasons why this 3000 cup range is important, when you get to 3000 cups you get 1000 gems. So I think yesterday or the day before I got all 3 of my accounts to 3000 cups, so 3000 gems, and it's very easy to do once you've got max baby drags. Even with a level 1 battle machine, not really that much difference between a level 1 and a level 3. I think the main difference is going to become when I get to 5 and you get that ability. So we'll see. But yeah, definitely worth pushing up to 3000 cups, and it's not difficult to do. So just in terms of general upgrade order as well, in terms of defenses, I mean, again, I've still got pretty low level defenses, even on this, my most advanced base. Most defenses are level 3. I've got one max. This is going to a max, this archer tower. Also make sure your archer towers on this setting, fast attack, not long range. The long range for lower BH levels, when you're getting sniped by archers, maybe that's viable, but they're so much more valuable in fast attack range. They do so much more damage more quickly, and they're very good to protect against air. So yeah, upgrade order again in terms of defenses. Do your air targeting defenses first. Whilst you might be getting hit by ground forces at lower cup ranges, you won't so much at the higher cup ranges, and having air defenses as near to max as possible is important. So arch towers, obviously a key one to do, because they are useful for both air and ground attacks. Likewise the Tesla. Firecrackers as well, try and get them up. I'm going to start working on these, get these up to a high level. Got my air bombs at level 3. Again, these are the bane of air attack, so well worth investing in getting those up. And mortar, again, you're not going to get attacked by ground as much at higher cup ranges, so that's what I would do. Focus on your hybrid defenses, so ones that attack air and ground, and then also just your pure air defences, get them up and you'll be in good shape to defend, which is obviously important at the higher cup range. Alright, so let's show some replays, see what we've got here. Yeah, okay, so this is a very common base. I'll just pause this. This is actually an inverted version of it. Normally it's flipped round. This is an anti-air base. You'll see this time and time again. I think this is a max base by the look of it. Everything apart from obviously the mortar's not, but ADs are maxed, firecrackers look maxed. This isn't, yeah, so it's sort of semi-maxed, but you know, it's an anti-air base. It's packed defenses in the core. You've got trash on the outside, so that at lower levels, sort of level 8 and below, baby dragons just get murdered by this. You can obviously attack it with ground fairly easily, but I don't have really any ground troops. But when you get to max baby dragons, obviously you get 1 extra per camp. This base is pretty easy, so I'm just going to play it on ×2. So I'm coming in from this side just to avoid the air bombs for as long as possible, because they really do damage. Drop the hero on the clock tower there, so he's going to go over and deal with those air bombs, and just kind of sprinkling drags in to reinforce. With this, obviously, I'm not putting sort of single drags in that are raged, because with this base with such a packed core, you've just got to overwhelm it. You've got to have multiple dragons in there so that they're sort of tanking for each other. If you try and kind of put one in under rage, it will die pretty quickly. So you've just got to kind of mob the base, and that's how you can pretty easily take down what is probably the most common base in the Builders Hall at the moment. You'll see that base or variations of it time and time again. You know, for that reason, it defends air pretty well below baby dragon level 8. See if this is a different base. I can't remember exactly what they were. Yeah, alright, so this is not a good base against air. This one I can just literally put raged baby drags around the outside, again trying to avoid the air bomb area, and just let them come in, put the battle machine down there to kind of distract the CC. The CC again can be a pain. This guy doesn't have his archer towers on the right standard, so it's going to be fairly easy for the baby dragons to get through. The CC, so sometimes you'll see all of the baby dragons just pile after the CC and just get murdered. So you know, it's quite good to just, you know, drop the battle machine there and distract the CC, so the baby dragons can get on with their job and just wreck the rest of the base. And again, even if all the baby drags die out here, it's GG, because there's nothing to target the battle machine. We'll have a look and see if there's anything else worth looking at. It'll probably be useful to show some of the fails actually. I might do another video on that, because you probably learn more looking at the raids that have failed and why. What's this one? Alright, yeah, this is another common base. This base, I actually have this base, and it's not done particularly well for me. A lot of the max BH5s run this base, and I think probably at max level it works out, but anything below that, not really. Now this guy does have his archer towers in that format, so I'm pretty careful of my baby drags here. I want them to target those ADs very quickly. So what I'm trying to do is keep the flank drags down to just clean out that trash. There you go, there's another baby drag there on the elixir storage, one on the gold storage, just so that everything else I'm dropping is targeting the core, which is obviously where all the defenses are. I don't want stuff going around the outside taking out trash, because that's when it gets picked off. And everything down now. All the air stuff is down apart from the air mine. But there's enough baby drags, they should get through this pretty easily. 5 of them on there. Now it does do splash, so obviously it's going to be doing damage to all of those, but it's going to get taken out pretty quickly. And nothing left. See if there's one more. Just want to see a few different bases. These are the kind of bases that you see it, this trophy range. Which one? Not shown. Don't think we saw. Did we get down this far? Let's have a look, see what this one is. Yeah, again, you'd see this base quite commonly as an adaptation of what was a BH4 base actually. So again, just trying to clear out some of that trash so that my main pack of baby drags can just target the core. Arch Tower's in the wrong config to defend against air. And he's got pretty high level air bombs, but they're out of range for most of the raid. So not a massive concern. Fast forward a bit, see if we can get a few more raids in, see if we can just show as many different bases as possible. So yeah, fairly late. Hero down. Get that mortar down. He's kind of, the mortar's the biggest threat to the hero really. And yeah, only one cannon left that can do him damage now, so he's going to get through this base pretty quickly, or pretty easily rather. Nearly bought it. Thankfully he did the right thing and targeted the cannon before it killed him. That's the other thing with baby drags, if you can take out all of the ground defences then and drop the hero late, he's just going to clean up what's left. Yeah, sometimes I use him to tank the archer towers if it's possible. There's a number of different ways you can use him depending on the base. Let's go back down. I think there's two more we've not seen. Yeah, this happens quite a lot. 100, bit frustrating. But again, my defences are not, they're still really BH4 level, I suppose. So this is how you would normally attack this base. Again, the air bombs are out here. I think they're being upgraded. We'll see. But again, with the max baby drags, you just swarm those defenses, get them down kind of as quickly as possible, so that that main pack can come in and work on the core. Hero in to tank for the Tesla, come across and take out the air bombs. Yeah, they are under construction. Once that Tesla goes down, nothing else that can hurt the baby drags. There you go. The most common base in Clash destroyed again. One more. We'll call it a day for this vid. I think there's one more. Which one was it? This. Don't think we've seen this one. No, we haven't. So, okay, interesting base. Doesn't look particularly difficult base. Again, kind of fairly packed core. Arch towers, wrong config for air. Air bombs at the back. The best place, I think, the ones that I fail against with air bombs are where the air bombs are in the middle. Because that way, I think that's probably the best. I think, I'll just have a quick look. I think the last base I attacked was like that. Because what happens is you can't get your baby drags or your hero to the air bombs. And I think this one might be, yeah, kind of, yeah. So I mean, he's got cored air bombs here, right? So obviously just kind of put a ring around, get them raged up and see if they can get into the core as quickly as possible. But those air bombs are going to help protect the core, and it's kind of hard to get in and take them out. And you can see everything's kind of dying out before it gets there. So I think that's if you're going to run a base like this, or any base really, have the air bombs in the core and protected. I'll probably build that into some of my designs I could do with changing my home base, although it does okay. But yeah, if you put the air bombs in the core like that, protected, you're going to do much better against even max air attacks. Alright, that's it for this time. Look forward to the update, see what that brings, and I'll have a new video once it's out. But for now, concentrate on these gold storages. Get ready to upgrade to BH6 as soon as it drops, is my advice. See you next time.